Hello guys, today in this video we are going to help you to find out the best electric milk frother machine in market. I made this list based on my personal opinion and I tried to list them based on their quality, durability, customer review and more. If you want to see their price and find out more information about them, you can check our links in the description below. Number 10. Rossel Dual Speed Frother. From brewing espresso to blending the milk, making specialty coffee drinks at home doesn't require fancy machines. If you have espresso or coffee, a handheld frother can do the rest, and it requires minimal energy and strength. The dual speed settings make this super lightweight device more versatile than many handheld milk frothers. When we tested it, it fared well with both whole and oat milk and even made light and creamy cold foam. Large bubbles in the whole milk popped and deflated quicker than the small bubbles in the oat milk, but the whole milk was sufficient for a latte or cappuccino nonetheless. Once you're done frothing, simply spin the whisk in soapy water and dry it. While the Rossel frother drifts toward the pricier end for a handheld model, it's still a cheap investment. Just keep extra AAA batteries handy, as they often need to be replaced. Number 9. PowerLix Handheld Battery-Operated Milk Frother. This milk frother is unbeatable for small kitchen spaces, says editorial director Megan Saul. It's a breeze to clean and operate, and so simple that visiting relatives aren't even too intimidated to try it. If you're trying to limit your appliance collection but still want great frothing capabilities, this is an easy option. The PowerLix looks and works much like our best overall erother Pro, except it's powered by two 8A batteries instead of a wall plug. You can bring it to work to improve less than delicious break room coffee, or even take it and a percolator on a camping trip for fireside chats in the morning. In terms of performance, this milk frother created a looser foam with whole milk than with oat. Both held up for less time than with other models. The foam started to dissipate pretty soon after pouring. There's really no way around the fact that you have to sacrifice power for portability. On the other hand, it comes in more than 20 different colors to match even the most demanding of design schemes. Number 8. Instant 4-in-1 Milk Frother and Steamer. The people behind the Instant Pot are great at efficient and multifunctional design, so it's not a big surprise that the brand's milk frother does more than just froth milk. It's also effectively a mug warmer, able to simply heat your coffee or tea, as well as to create hot or cold, thick or thin foam. In all our tests, the Instant machine shined. With whole milk, the froth held up over time and kept its integrity on top of hot coffee. And with oat milk, the airy foam didn't deflate after pouring. During our cold foam test, the result was a very stable and silky texture, ideal for latte art, especially since this frother has a narrow and accurate pour spout, and the hot chocolate results were perhaps our favorite. We got a rich treat as creamy as a milkshake. On the extra frothy setting, the Instant performed so well that it overflowed our cup. This machine is more expensive than most handheld versions, including the erother Pro above, but it's also a lot more capable. And during testing, the Instant stood out among countertop frothers as the most versatile. Really, the only design or performance issue we encountered in testing was getting the inner whisk properly seated. The oblong shape takes a few tries to get the hang of. Number 7. erother Pro Double Whisk Milk Frother. This milk frother is a winner in our books for so many reasons. For starters, you'll notice that it has a pair of wire rings at the end attachment compared to the single one on most competitors. The double whisk action made a real difference during testing, creating a nice glossy foam with whole milk and a silky, structured foam with oat milk. It also produced 1.5 inches of foam atop a mug of hot chocolate. We felt the dual rings aerated liquids much more quickly than many of the other frothers we tested, and for the price, it just couldn't be beat. The erother Pro received our highest possible score in the design category, as it's very light with a comfortable grip, and it comes in 17 different colors. The whisk cleans easily with a quick buzz in a glass of soapy water, a rinse, and then another buzz to dry. We like the little stand included to prop it up next to your coffee equipment. Plus, it comes with an extra egg beater attachment for omelets and similar dishes. Our one complaint is that the attachments can fall out in use if they're not properly secured. Number 6. Bottom milk frother. I was surprised to hear nearly all of the experts I spoke with recommend a straight-up French press, the kind you make coffee in, or this bottom milk frother that works in exactly the same way. Just heat your milk to 130 to 140 degrees in the microwave, and then use the press plunger to texture it, explains Nye. There are plenty of videos online that show the technique. In my own testing, I found it easy to get the hang of. I heated my milk over a low flame in a small pot on the stove for about 5 minutes. I didn't take the exact temperature, and then froth. There's a line on the jug that shows you exactly where to fill the liquid to so you won't spill. And the handle on the plunger is smooth and large enough to be comfortable to hold. After about 45 seconds of moving it up and down, it results in a nice foam. I was worried it would yield larger bubbles than desired, but I could both see and feel the liquid getting thicker as I went along, surprisingly similar in texture to that which the gold whisk achieved. Ramage goes so far as to say he's seen people pour impressive latte art with milk frothed in a French press, and it's a method that Wong himself often uses at home. Number 5. Aerolat Original Steam-Free Milk Frother. Aerolat's milk frother aerates milk into a thick, rich, foamy beverage in a jiff without the need for electricity. Frothed milk is easy to make with very little effort. The frother travels anywhere, is easy for everyone to use, requires no electricity, and is more compact and economical than espresso machines. Easily froth whole milk, skim or goat milk, to hemp milk, almond milk, soy or cashew milk, and other non-dairy milk. Simply measure chilled or warm milk into a mug or glass. Submerge the whisk end and press and hold the power button to create a creamy, silky froth on top. About 30 to 60 seconds or until desired consistency is achieved. Serve and enjoy. Add flavorings before frothing if desired. It makes afternoon snack time more fun and is a great addition to specialty coffee accessories to transform fresh brewed coffee into specialty coffee drinks. Great for cappuccino, cafe latte, caramel macchiato, mocha, Irish coffee or iced coffee. Elevate hot chocolate from ordinary to extraordinary or finish craft cocktails with panache. Made from 18/8 stainless steel with a plastic housing that's lead, cadmium, phthalates, and BPA free, Aerolat's milk frother is durable, versatile, and easy to use. Hand wash the frother's whisk in warm, soapy water and wipe the plastic housing clean. Number 4. Nanofoamer Milk Frother. In general, battery-operated handheld frothers, which pretty much all have a small flat whisk at the end of a long handle that whirs quickly when you press a button, are weaker than their electric counterparts. That's why Suave Modi, founder of Driftaway Coffee, and James McCarthy, coffee educator at Driftaway Coffee, are amazed at the performance of the nanofoamer. Over the course of many tests, it was able to produce a texture surprisingly close to cafe-quality foam, what the pros call microbubbles or microfoam. It's a consistency difficult to achieve without the force of a steam wand, but McCarthy swears this stacks up. It kind of blew my mind honestly, he says, noting that the whisk comes with 3 different size heads, and that the middle fine one was his and Modi's favorite for traditional microfoam. The microfoamer includes a digital on/off switch, replaceable impeller, click-on nanoscreens, stainless steel motor cover, a more stable heavy-duty stainless steel shaft, and new battery housing to reduce vibrations, IP4 waterproofing, premium internal components, and overall better design and engineering. Number 3. Breville Milk Cafe Electric Frother. This setup costs more than the other 2 similarly sized and shaped frothers above, but that's because it gives you a maximum amount of control. It can go between 120 and 160 degrees, says Carrie Wong, a member of the Partners Coffee Education team, so you can find the perfect temperature for yourself. To adjust the temperature, use a dial that can be set at 140 degrees, designated as the optimum milk temp, or turned up or down depending on how hot or cool you prefer your milk. There's also an option to froth cold milk for iced coffee. And Wong notes it's stainless steel for easy cleaning, with parts that can go into the dishwasher. The Breville Milk Cafe Milk Frother ensures the ultimate rich and creamy hot drinks. Simply choose the frothing disc, Add milk, select your temperature, hit start, and grate ready for beverage perfection. The gentle, even heat distribution achieved through this progressive inductive heating process creates tiny bubbles perfect for ultimate hot milk drinks. Number 2. Chinia Milk Frother. When I tested the Chinia, which is less than half the price of the Erother, I found it to be a super solid machine. It has 3 modes: hot foam, cold foam, and heated milk with no foam at all. For this last setting, you just remove the stainless steel whisk. The consistency of the frothed milk is creamy and rich, but not so thick that I don't get any actual coffee in those first few sips. The heat disperses evenly, and the wide basin, larger than that of the Erother, is easy to clean because there's more room to get my hand in there with a sponge. It's also the machine of choice for creative consultant and writer Harling Ross Anton, who I spotted using a slightly older model on Instagram. I bought it after reading tons of glowing reviews, and it has definitely lived up to them, she told me. I make myself a matcha latte every morning, so a good frother is critical. I like a decent layer of foam, but not so much foam that it's all air and no milk. I also like my milk to be quite hot. This frother gives me the perfect foam-to-milk ratio and temperature every time. Number 1. Nespresso Erother 4 Frother. The Nespresso Erother is the milk frother I use the most, several times a week in fact. It has 4 settings: hot dense foam, hot airier foam, cold foam, and heated milk with no foam at all. So if you're a person who likes to change up their coffee or tea drink, the range on this little machine will certainly be useful. The small buttons, denoted by clear illustrations, are all on the front of the machine. You click one, it blinks until the liquid is done heating and slash or frothing, then stops when it's time to open and pour. I particularly appreciate the difference between the dense and airy settings, the former of which produces a really luscious mouthfeel with a sizable pile of foam on top, and the latter of which I use when I want the majority of my milk to disperse into my coffee. The no foam setting is also much appreciated. I'm on a microwave, so when an afternoon coffee craving strikes, I simply pour a mug of cool down brew into the vessel, sometimes even without milk, and press the button.